Every niche on the internet is a little bit weird. We all know this. You go on to book talk and all of a sudden you think you have to read 200 books in 1 year. You go onto the fitness side of the internet and everyone's working out twice a day. You get onto the hair side of the internet and everyone uses 18 products in their hair every single day to make sure it grows. And lately, a very popular side of the internet that I myself am a part of is the hobby side of the internet. The crafty girlies, the junk journalers, the scrapbookers, the knitters. And I love this side of the internet, but there are definitely a lot of things that are promoted on this side of the internet that are popularized that aren't the norm. And I wanted to talk about them today to give you a little bit of a reality check on what is normal. This video concept is highly influenced by Susanna. I'll have her account linked in the description and then also displayed behind me here. I really love her channel and the commentary that she has on influencer culture over consumption, and you should definitely check her out. So thank you to Susanna for inspiring this concept, and please check out our channel, links in the description. And I want to be so clear that the word normal does not equal good, and saying something is not normal does not mean it is not good. For example, I'm someone who reads about 70 books a year. Is this normal? No. Is it bad that I read that many books? Also no. However, I'm an influencer and I have more time to read than normal. So if I were to say reading 70 books a year is not normal, I'm not saying it's bad if you do that. I'm just saying, by the way, this is like not the average amount of books that most people read, and if you are not reading this many books, you shouldn't feel bad about it. So just wanted to put that out there. I am in no way saying if you do any of these things that they are bad. I'm just giving a little bit of a reality check on what is more average, because social media can really skew how we see things. So anyways, now we're gonna jump into it. The first thing that I think we see often, or at least I do on socials and the craft side of socials, is trying a craft 1 or 2 or 3 times and then just decluttering all the supplies. I've seen this so many times with people being like, I'm trying out air dry clay. They buy the air dry clay, the UV resin, the LED light lamp, all of the tools. And then 4 months later, they're just decluttering it all. What? I just think, like, of course this happens, right? Sometimes we buy something and then we realize we don't actually enjoy it and we gift it to a friend, whatever. I'm not saying this never happens. I'm just saying this isn't like a normal thing to be doing on a regular basis. Like, I see this all the time. It'll be the same influencers over and over and over again, trying a new craft, decluttering everything, trying another craft, decluttering it all. It's not for them. And like, yeah, it happens. But it's not necessarily normal to be able to spend money on an entirely new hobby every couple months and then just decide you don't like it. Like, I think what is a little bit more average or a little bit more like of a healthy, conscious consumption angle would be to try out the craft with a friend first, or to go to a class, or make sure you enjoy it first before you buy every single supply to do that craft. I've really wanted to try needle felting for a long time now, and I just don't have it in me to buy every single supply until I'm sure that I'm gonna like it. So my friend actually has some needle felting supplies and I'm gonna try it at her place first. Not everyone is so lucky to have a friend that has the supplies to try it out. I'm just saying, maybe before you go and click purchase on that Amazon cart, try to see if you can try out the craft first somewhere else. Maybe just like really think about it and see if it would fit into your lifestyle. For example, air dry clay is like kind of annoying because it has to sit around all the time to just dry. Like, if you make something pretty thick, it sometimes takes like a week to dry fully. And like, do you live in a small space? Do you live in a place where you have ample table room to let things just sit out and air dry all day? If you don't, maybe a better option is to go with an oven baked clay, like polymer or something like that, that actually allows you to like bake it really quickly, finish it up quickly in one day, because you don't think you have the room for it to just be like sitting out. Or do you have a craft room where you could just leave air dry clay out for a week and it'd be fine? Just things like that to consider before you go and purchase an entire stock of supplies and then are just like, meh, I don't like it. Next. Like, don't do that. It's not great. It's not ideal. And like, at the end of the day, that's not fun. That feels very like unfulfilling to have a cycle of like purchasing, declutter, purchasing, declutter, purchasing, declutter. Like, that is not a fun thing to be constantly like buying and purging. So yeah, just try and be extra conscious. We all cannot, like, we're all gonna make mistakes and purchases that we regret. And that's okay. It's fine. But just if you're seeing influencers on your phone go through this cycle like every few months, just know that's not necessarily normal and that's not necessarily aspirational. And maybe we should be trying to consume a little bit more consciously. In kind of the same vein, another thing that social media has normalized that I don't think is necessarily normal is to be trying new crafts constantly. And again, I do not want to ever like shit on people trying new crafts because I have found, of course, like you'll never know if you're gonna like something until you just try it yourself. And being creative is such an important thing to be doing and such an important childhood like attribute to really hold on to. And I never want to discourage that. But just even in like in the consumption lens, like just most people cannot afford, myself included, to try a new craft every 2 weeks with my friends. And like that would be lovely. That would be amazing if I could, but that's just not in the cards. And it is not bad that these influencers who have the money, who have the means to do that are doing that. But just be reminded that like that is their job. Like that's how they make content, is by trying new crafts constantly. But like it is okay and it is more normal if you don't have the means to do that and you just have your few creative hobbies that you love and you kind of stick to those and try something new every once in a while. Again, I cannot emphasize enough. It's fine that they do that. If they can afford to do that and they're actually using the supplies and they're not going to waste, then like more power to them. I love that. But I just want to reality check you, and that if you're feeling bad that you're unable to do that, just know that like you're more normal. You are in the majority not being able to do that, and that's fine and that's okay. Also, just like the time, like a lot of influencers, again, if their job is to just post about hobbies, like mine is as well. Like I have so much more time to try out new crafts because my day job is kind of trying out new crafts. If you're working 40, 50 hours a week, of course you're not going to be able to make as much progress in your knitting or to try a new craft every 2 weeks because you're busy. You have a real job. Like, do not feel bad if you are not able to do that. And I just really want to make sure that you're not measuring yourself with a meter stick or a yardstick, sorry, Americans, that isn't fair to yourself because you're doing great. If you're even engaging in your hobby like once a week and you work a full-time job, you're doing amazing, sweetie. You are doing so good. I am so proud of you. And it's okay that you're not trying out a new project every other week, okay? It's okay. You're doing amazing and I love you. Thank you so much to Premier Yarns for sponsoring today's video. I have felt left out of the yarn community for so long because I don't really know how to knit or crochet. I'm currently learning to knit though. I'm very proud of myself. So recently I've been experimenting with yarn crafts that don't involve actually knowing how to knit or crochet. It like scratches that itch without learning an entire new skill. I use Premier Yarns for all my yarn needs. They're very affordable. They have so many options to choose from and great shipping. Their yarn is so soft and I've made so many crafts with the yarn that I've gotten from Premier Yarns. For example, look at this lampshade that I made. I just took a dusty lamp we had lying around, took the fabric off, and then myself and my partner Jeremy, thank you for helping me, wrapped this with yarn. I went with like this striped purple pattern and I'm so in love with it, and every single night when we turn it on now we're like, our little lamp that we made. It's so cute. Such an impactful DIY, but so easy. Also made a tassel bookmark. So easy. I didn't know making tassels was so easy. And then you can make them into a bookmark. And as you know, I love books. So this is perfect. And I also learned that you can literally make pom-poms out of yarn so easily. I used a pom-pom maker from Premier Yarns, but it made the entire process so easily. I made this little fall pom-pom garland. Are you joking me? So cute, so fun. And I would definitely recommend like choosing colors seasonally for this. Like I want to make a Christmas one in a couple months. So many options. And my little shelf got a huge upgrade due to this little pom-pom garland. We love to see it. And also, if you are more talented than me and you can knit or crochet, then you should definitely check out Premier Yarns because I literally cannot imagine having an entire sweater made from this yarn. It is so nice, so warm, so cozy. And if you use it, please send me a picture. I'd love to see it. And if you don't know how to knit or crochet, there are so many yarn crafts to choose from, like the ones I showed you here. And you should definitely be checking out Premier Yarns for all your yarn needs. I'll definitely put more info in the description for you. Thank you again to Premier Yarns. This is like such an aligned partnership. I feel so lucky to be working with you. And let's get back to the video. Another thing that isn't normal is having a craft room. And oh my God, this is my dream. This is my absolute dream to have a craft room. But don't be feeling bad about yourself, girly, if you don't have one. It's okay. We love to see the pretty craft room aesthetic on socials. We love to see the floor to ceiling shelves with all the craft supplies perfectly organized. We love to see it. I love to see it, don't get me wrong. But just know if you don't have that, that is okay. I craft in this very spot that I film videos. This is the same place I sit when I watch TV. This is the same spot I sit when I'm crafting. It's okay if you just craft in your main areas and you don't have an entire room dedicated to it. In fact, that's very normal. I would have to have many bedrooms in my home in order to justify having an entire bedroom just for crafts. Like, that would be amazing, iconic. I hope and I think one day I will have that. It's like on my vision board in my mind. And like, I hope when I get that, I am so appreciative and I'll be so happy. But just know that if you don't have that, that's okay. It's fine. It's normal that you don't have that. It's normal that you're doing your crafts in your main areas in your home. Do not put the pressure on yourself to feel like you have to have a craft room. Like, that would be amazing, iconic, Gorgina, but it's not realistic. And that's fine. So anyways, it's not normal to have a craft room. Do not let them fool you. You're doing amazing. It is not normal to feel like you have to have every single supply when you begin a new hobby. That is something that I see all the time. Like, I'll see an Instagram reel and it'll be like, I'm gonna try needle felting, and they have every single needle, every color of felt, every single frame they could use, every fabric, whatever. And like, again, if you have the means, more power to you. But that's not normal. Most people, when they start a new hobby, they're collecting things slowly. They're not just buying the best of the best of the best as soon as they begin that hobby. Because I'm sorry, but I'm not spending $300 on a crafting kit for a craft I'm not sure I like. Absolutely not. I would have to be silly to do that. Do I look like a silly goose to you? The goose is offended. Sorry. You don't need a full starter kit to begin your craft. If you want to try out air dry clay, get one color of air dry clay, get one sealant, get one thing of paint. Make sure you enjoy the process, and then you make that one thing with a little bit of clay, and then you go, oh, okay, maybe I want to get like a slightly better clay. Maybe I want to up my sealant game and get something a little bit nicer this time with a little, I want to go, instead of the Mod Podge, I'm going to go for the UV resin. It is okay to slowly invest in a hobby as you decide that you enjoy it, and you do not need to buy every single thing up front in the top-notch quality. Of course, that's great. Like, I do think in a lot of times it is less wasteful to just like buy it nice or buy it twice. Buy the thing that you want first. Make sure you're buying quality, and I think that's great. But oftentimes, if that's your goal, if that's what you're really wanting to do, you kind of do have to. But oftentimes, if that's your goal, you kind of do have to curate your collection slowly. Like, you can't just go and buy the best of the best thing and all the colors immediately in one purchase, because it's going to be a lot of money. It is normal to slowly invest in your hobby, to slowly buy the nice items that you want for your collection, to slowly curate a collection that you love and you're proud of. It is not normal to see a thing on Pinterest and then the next day own every single piece for that hobby in the best of the best quality and immediately go for it. And then, back to our point one, decide you don't like it and declutter it. If you invest in your hobby slowly, you're able to actually check in with yourself and say, do I like this? Do I not? I'm not sure. So you're not wasting your money on something you don't even enjoy or don't even know that you enjoy yet. Again, if you do this, it's okay. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying for most people, this isn't attainable to them. And I'm just trying to remind you that if you don't do this, that it's okay. And you're doing amazing, sweetie. How many times can I say that in one video? I don't even care. I'm going to try and say it 100 bajillion times. You're doing amazing, sweetie. The final thing. The final straw in the coffin. What? Straw? Nail in the coffin. Straw that broke the camel's back, nail in the coffin. Though they're actually different sayings. If you didn't know that. I can't believe you didn't know that. Those are actually different sayings. So, embarrassing that you mix those up. Yeah, the last thing, the straw in the coffin, if you will, is that hobbies must be monetized. That isn't normal. It is more normal to just have hobbies. You do not need to monetize them. And again, because influencers like myself have monetized their hobbies, I'm fully monetizing my hobby just by making this video about my hobbies. I am someone who, just by existing and doing my job as a crafty influencer, I perpetuate the idea that your hobbies have to be monetized. And I understand that. But I just want to tell you, like, they don't. You can just enjoy your hobbies to enjoy your hobbies. You don't need to make this into your job. If you like your job, like, you don't need to make content about your hobbies. You don't need to sell your polymer clay creations. You don't have to do that. You can if you want. And I salute you if you do, and I respect you, and I am one of you. But you don't have to. I don't want you to look at these influencers and think that in order to enjoy your hobbies, you also have to be making content, or you also have to be sharing it. And also, I think there's a way to share your hobbies without monetizing it. Create a small Instagram account that only your friends follow if you want to share them, but you don't necessarily want the pressure of monetizing it. Speaking from experience, it is quite draining to monetize your hobbies. It can make you enjoy them less, and that is great. I love my life. I love this as my job. It's amazing, and I don't want to ever be like, don't do this, but it is not all that it's like chopped up to be. Is that the right saying? I feel like I'm really struggling with my sayings today. No, it's not the right saying. The right saying is not all it's chalked up to be, but the original saying is not all it's cracked up to be. You're an idiot, Past Taylor. This is embarrassing. And I couldn't even cut around it, so that I was trying to, like, not include it, because it was so embarrassing how badly I butchered that. But it's in the video, so enjoy my embarrassment. It is okay if you don't want to monetize your hobbies. If you just want to do them for the joy of doing them, I think that is truly the most purest hobbyist you can be. Is if you're just doing it for the sake of doing it and you don't feel the need to monetize it. And again, if you want to monetize it, all the power to you. It's something I've done. It's something that I've turned into my job and I love so dearly, but it's also something that I recognize is not for everyone. And I don't want you to feel pressured into doing that. If you just want to do your hobbies to enjoy them, then do that. Okay, those are all the things that I think are not normal in the influencer craft space that I think could use some unlearning. And yeah, I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for being here. I never, ever, 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 ever take for granted the fact that you carve time out of your day to spend it with me. It is truly such an honor and a privilege that you watch my videos, that you care enough about me to keep up with my life. If you want to keep up with me even more, and I do hobby videos like every 2 weeks over my vlog channel. My vlogs are literally just me doing crafts and like having girl talk and yapping. And if that is your vibe, please go look at my vlog channel. It's at The Diaries of Tay. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have an amazing day. And don't forget to check out Premier Yarns. They are the freaking coolest company ever. I love them so much, and I hope that you will make some of the crafts I recommended if you want to. And I love you so much. Bye!